Hey everyone, this is Millennial Investor here with my September update on my stocks using my Robinhood account. And let's go ahead and get started. Last month I was at $18,300, and over the course of about 1 month and a half, I've moved up to $21,426. So an increase of over $3,000. Now, unfortunately, that hasn't all been gains. A lot of that has just been investing from each paycheck and moving funds out of Lending Club and Prosper into this as well. But there have been some gains. So that's the 1 day breakdown, $90. The 1 week breakdown, up $326, which would be fantastic. However, for the final 1 month breakdown, we're looking at a total gain of about $189. And that's just because if you look at that graph, it's kind of been a roller coaster. It started well, then it dropped, then it went up, then it dropped, then it's back up again. So it's kind of been a roller coaster, but it's been a positive roller coaster. So that's kind of the important thing right now, that there are gains, and there definitely have been. Okay, let's take a look at my shares or what I'm investing in. And right now it's just the total gain from what I've invested at. So I have gained a total of 2.8% from LTC, 3.94, et cetera, from Good, so on and so forth. So a number of these stocks are doing fairly well. My realty stocks are doing very strongly. One of the good showrunners this month has been Kohl's. Kohl's is up 16% on top of paying out dividends for the month. So they're actually doing very well right now. Verizon also is doing very strongly, up 9% overall. Ford is doing good. Coca-Cola is doing great. AT&T was down about 6% at several points in this month, but now they're finally starting to claw their way kind of back up, and hopefully they do that, get out of that negative 2%. You might also notice that my share numbers have gone up. I've kind of tried to invest where possible whenever I had an opportunity to help dollar cost average a few of those amounts. One of the stocks I've invested a little more heavily in is Glad, and they're just a very strong realty stock. I had about 40 shares in them. They're down about 8% or so, but I just decided to average down on them. Now they're up to -2, and I've purchased another 52 shares in them, as well as GE. GE hasn't had its moment yet, but I've been purchasing a couple more GE shares here and there. They're down 10% right now, but I personally just feel like that's a bargain, and eventually it's going to reverse and they're going to be in the positive. So it's just a question of when, and hopefully it's soon, because I'd like to see this negative 10% number increase. THFF, I'm kind of just leaving that one alone. It's kind of been hovering around that negative 10%. I've invested a lot more into also a very strong dividend stock, very, very stable as well, so it's just a strong player. Nat, on the other hand, has been hovering around 20% negative loss. Mylan's not doing that great either. And what else? General Mills is just kind of hovering there. Disney's dropped a bit, I think maybe 3 to 5% over this last month, and I've purchased some more shares in it, I believe. We could take a look. Okay, have I purchased a few more shares in the month of August? This is just information. And if there's anything you ever want to see, just let me know. But yeah, it looks like I've purchased some shares whenever there was opportunities, purchased a couple shares here and there, just try to lower my dollar cost average. Okay, so what else? I have a singular share in Intel. I had a bigger position. I think it was about 34 shares. I sold out of them and I purchased something else because I was up quite a bit. And now it looks like Intel's kind of doing, Intel's always doing real well. So I don't think I sold at a bad time though, because as soon as I sold, they dropped quite a bit, maybe 5% or so. So I think I'd be about where I was at, and I was about 36.5. So yeah, they've gained a little bit from that point, but not a lot. Okay, Chesapeake, I think they were down about 30-ish% at several points, and now they're only down about 15. So they're making a recovery. There's a lot happening in the world right now, so they're making a recovery, and we'll kind of monitor that. AMD, negative 5%. I don't know much about whether or not it's grown a lot. I think it's been about the same, and so on and so forth. So that's my whole portfolio. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the number side of things, so you can actually see the last price of each of these. Okay, I'm just going to kind of move up there. So some pretty good value right here. I hope I'm not moving too fast, but if there's a better way for me to break this down for all of you, like let me know, because I'm totally fine breaking it down in a more easy to understand way. Okay, in terms of dividends, this is my current breakdown, and I have dividends coming out in CXE, Kohl's, and APLE, which is not Apple. Uh, it's not, but Kohl's is the main one. The other ones aren't paying out much, but 26 shares at the time and 55 cents a share, so a total of 14.30. So that's going to be enough to purchase a share in a moderately sized company, and then just overall a lot of dividends paying out, but smaller amounts. But these amounts are growing. So that's looks like the month of September until then we go into August. So pretty strong month. I am hoping to grow these dividends more because I just want to eventually have an income flow through dividends that I could use to reinvest and do other things with. So yeah, that's a breakdown of my Robinhood stocks for this month. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm hoping to get this number up to 2,200 in this next month, and I'll see you in a month for my next update. Okay, this is the Millennial Investor, signing out. Peace.